Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of the Long Dark in our Against All Odds series, where I am still on top of Timberwolf Mountain, still standing by this fire, but we are probably going to leave this episode, I think. I would be shocked if we didn't. So, I am currently going through the last of the items that I have on me. Put this scrap metal up. I've picked up a bunch while I've been up here. And we've been slowly working our way through it over the course of several episodes, really. I'm going to get some more wood for this fire. Let me see exactly how long I have on it. Hour 37 minutes. Actually not long at all. So with an hour 37, we need to find one limb, pretty much, and let that be our wood. But this episode, I think I'm going to be pretty likely to be done, because I think it's just the clothing that I have left. And then it's a matter of just getting down with the stuff that I'm carrying safely. I'll try and find a large limb if I can. Let me go ahead and walk a little farther to some of the more distant limbs, just so that I can get that out of the way. And maybe the next few limbs I have to grab if I have to make one more wood run before I go. I don't have to go as far. Yeah, there's nothing out here. Okay, so where are you? There you are. All right, so that actually, believe it or not, that's a tree, so I can't harvest that. But this is a cedar limb. Let's put that away. And we're going to use the hatchet. Break that down. Take 45 minutes. Looks like we've got a bit of a blizzard starting. Oh, yeah. But thankfully, our gear is in ridiculously good shape. Let's pick up that stick while we're walking right by it. Our gear's in ridiculously good shape. And as a consequence, even a blizzard doesn't really make me that cold. Feels like 3 degrees right now. 2 degrees. I mean, a blizzard will get perpetually colder. And the game world gets perpetually colder the more you play. So I should shut my mouth, because at this point, a blizzard could still be dangerous. But that's how the mechanics work. All right, so that adds a little bit of time to the fire. Not much, though. We've had this fire going for a long time. We have survived for 79 days, almost 80 days. We're going to play this particular series until we reach 100 days, or until I die. One of the two. But had some discussion in the previous episode. Oh, that reminds me. Also in the last episode, towards the end, I mentioned a topic that I wanted to go ahead and plug for you guys. I started this in the Hinterlands forums a while ago. For those of you who are interested in seeing Cabin Fever maybe improved or deepened as a mechanic, there's a really cool discussion that we started up in the wishlist thread in the Hinterland forums. The wishlist forum, there's a thread called Perfecting Cabin Fever that I started. And there have been a lot of really good suggestions from people that hopped on and shared their thoughts, and I thought I would plug that just to give it some additional life. So if you guys want to go on there, if you're really passionate like I am about Cabin Fever and wanting to see it not removed but changed to be a little bit more sensible in some ways. I talked about it earlier in the... what series was it? Was it this one? Where I was going back to Pleasant Valley? I think it was this one, actually. Or it might have been my Interloper one. I can't quite recall. I think it was this one. I think we had a really close shave a while back in this series, and that spurred at the beginning of that discussion. So 4 minutes 14 seconds. I kind of just, as weird as it is to go out and get wood during a blizzard, I want to add more fuel to this fire. Plus, the blizzard will put more limbs down on the ground, thankfully. Feels like negative 9 degrees, so whatever wood we go out and get, we won't have a lot of time to do so. Let's go for this limb, and let this be it. Requires light to break down with tool. Really? I just broke one down a second ago. Alright, well... At least the lantern will give us a little bit of warmth. Not a lot, but a little. Yep, hypothermia risk. Let's get back inside. I've been using the ducking and standing up movement trick a lot.
Up soon.
It's actually not... Right now I'm moving at a normal pace, but for whatever reason sometimes... Yeah, actually I'm not using it anymore, and I'm still moving at the same pace I was a second ago, but sometimes if you start moving slowly after picking up a bunch of stuff, hold the forward key, duck, and stand back up. The way the current game works is it helps you move forward a little bit farther. Okay. 7 hours. That makes it a little better. And... let's take a look. Yeah, our clothes got really wet. And as expected, we also will now need to repair our stuff on account of getting that wet. But for now, why don't I go ahead and rest for 4 hours? That fire will dry me off. The hypothermia risk will be okay. Did I just hear like an... I heard what sounded like hooves. I'm sure that got it... I'm sure that made it into the recording. Go back and listen to that right as I went to sleep. Is there someone trapped behind that door? I hope not, because that door leads to the ripped open part of the plane that was just completely exposed to that blizzard. But, actually, no, that... Can you go through that door, actually? I haven't looked. I need to check. Definitely need to check. Okay, so now we've got light, because the dawn is coming. So I'm going to break down a bunch of firewood. We're going to get a little cold out here. But we do have a nice... You know, until I saw the subtitle for that line, I never understood that's what she was saying. Interesting. Okay. That's almost a full-length fire again. Now we need to drink some more water, and let's finish going through our clothing situation now that we got a full-length fire. We'll get the rest of our situation resolved in a bit, as far as wood goes, because, I mean, we're not going to need to be here much longer. Hypothermia risk is healed because we've got this super hot fire that we've been standing by forever and a day. You know, hang on. Let me check one more thing. Could I put a fisherman's sweater on? Yeah, I could. I could put a fisherman's sweater on along with the wool shirt. Or along with... It would double my weight. But I'd get a lot better bonus. Let's do that. Instead of the wool shirt, let's have these two sweaters on. It does add to my weight, and I think I might keep the wool shirt on me. Just in case I want to change my mind once I get back down. But I feel like that's going to be the best course of action. Harvesting lots of cloth. I'll be interested to come back after, like I said, I'm doing these episodes in one sitting. I think the first episode in this particular recording, I'm still going through the caves, but I asked you guys a question. I'll be curious to go back and read the comments, and I'm sure you guys have already thought about it a little bit by the time I'm saying this. Or by the time you're watching this, I'm saying it. You haven't said anything yet. But the question that I asked a few episodes back about what's the most common artificial good in the world of the Long Dark. Things to ponder. Okay, let's go ahead and repair this toque. Sewing kit is almost gone, but I think we have a couple of sewing kits, if I'm not mistaken. No, but I do have some fishing tackle, which is just as good, so that's fine. I am good to go to finish our repair run up here, and then we can start heading back down question is, which way do we go? Do we go back the way that we came? I kind of want to go back the way I came because I left some stuff and I want to make sure I get it all. So, there was a question about possibly putting on a second expedition parka as well. I don't know that that's going to be worth it. I really doubt that that's something I want to do in the long term. I do need to repair those deerskin boots as soon as I have a cured gut, which I should have when I go back down to that cave, which is the other reason I want to go back the way I came. Oh, hey. 7 hours left on the campfire, but let's go over here and take a look. Also, I need to drop some more tinder, because I have chopped up more trees. Gorgeous view. Never gets old. Pleasant Valley is somewhere down in that direction. Forsaken place. Don't see anything else laying around. Still a shame that I ruined that cargo container without realizing that's what was going to happen. Let's pick up these cured wolf pelts just in case. Yeah, there's nothing that I can really do with those. Oh, feather, cloth. Yeah, still have a few more items to harvest, but let's go out and get some wood while it's this nice. Actually, wait. Hold that thought. Let's drink some coffee. Get a little more energy. Also, I'm going to eat a couple of boxes of crackers. The lower condition ones. And then drink some water. And now we're going to go get some firewood. How much time do I have left on the fire? 6 hours, 45 minutes? Good. Wow. Absolutely pristine day. Gorgeous. Clear. The snow is almost blinding. There's that last limb in this area. There's still plenty of limbs up on this next hill. There's a lot more firewood to stay up here as long as I need to. We've got 6 hours, so I'm going to pick up as much as I can. Alright, that's one. Gonna count to 6, kind of. Aha! Holy Grail. That's a giant limb. It's a fir limb too, I bet. There's probably 5 pieces in here. That's a cedar limb. Alright, but that's still... You know what? I mean, I can go ahead and go back now, honestly. Kind of want to go up and get some... Here's what I'll do. I'm going to circle up here and grab these, like, smaller sticks. Because it won't take that long. There's a few limbs too. Man. See, this is just too tempting. Fir limb. See? That's another hour. So I need to be a little careful now because I'm going to be running short on time. Whoa, hello. That limb literally just spawned right next to me. Never had that happen before. I'm not going to harvest that because I don't trust that I have that much time left. See, I'm slowing down each time I pick up a stick. And if I move forward and duck, it'll help me pick up a little movement speed. I'm sure they'll fix that eventually, but for now, since I'm doing a Let's Play and I'm trying to get so much done, I am using it to my full advantage. especially since we're not in any danger right now. Condition is great. We do need to rest, but that's fine. Let me go over here and get these reishi mushrooms really quickly. I said we might leave Top of Timberwolf this episode. We're probably not going to. We might at the very end if I'm lucky. I got those rose hips, right? Yeah, I did. I guess maybe there's not reishi mushrooms. It was just the rose hips. Okay. Yeah, there's a few more limbs, but I'm gonna go back. We need to go back. We've got more than enough firewood, I think, to have the fire going for the rest of the time that we need here. If not, this is almost certainly our second to last firewood run. And if a blizzard rolls through, there could be fresh wood down by the plane next time, so it'll be okay. So what we need to do now is we're going to finish going through clothing. All right, here's the first corpse. That's right, I've already visited you. That is not a limb, it's a tree. Gets me excited every single time because it looks like a giant fir limb, but it's not. We are going to go back and finish going through our clothing. And then I think, as I was saying at the beginning of the episode, I think that's it. I think we've gone through everything that we picked up in terms of categories. So then it's just a matter of weight management and thinking, okay, what do I have to leave behind? What is not necessary to take with me? What do I have waiting for me down in the game world? Like, for instance, quality tools, stuff like that. So all right, fire's still going. I can hear it. Should at least be an hour to an hour and a half left on it, I think. Maybe a little bit less than an hour at worst. Oh, wow. Didn't use nearly as much time as I thought I did. That's actually kind of annoying. I could have gone out and gotten more wood. But, all right, let's go ahead because I do want to... If I do need to go back out, I want to move quickly. Drop all that, and drop the sticks too. Probably don't need to go back out after all that. You know what? I'm going to pick all this tinder up. Just, this is me being a little OCD, but we have this pile of unused tinder that we're getting rid of. Rather than leaving it here, I'm going to put it in this... I have this throwaway crate that I'm using right next to me, so I'm going to keep using that. So that all of my stuff that I've gotten rid of is in one spot. And we'll be using that more in just a second. So, back to clothing. We were talking about the possibility of a second expedition parka. I am going to go ahead and harvest this old thermal underwear. We don't need it anymore. Actually, we're pretty tired. We're going to need to rest soon. How long have we survived? 80 days. Next time I wake up from a full night's rest, it should give me some pretty interesting stats. I would imagine. I'm going to keep that wool shirt on me like I talked about. I'm going to harvest these wool socks because I have 2 pairs of climbing socks. Okay, I can't wear 2 balaclavas, so this hurts me to do this. Hang on, let me make absolutely sure it wasn't due to something else. No, I can't wear 2. I think I've talked about that. I've discovered that in a previous recording. I've just forgotten. Because it seems familiar now that I'm thinking about it. But hate to harvest one of those. They're wonderful, but already got one. So we're going to have a pretty good amount of cloth, because remember, we had a bunch of cloth down at the bottom of the mountain. Oh, there's actually 2 extra pairs of climbing socks as well. We had a bunch of cloth down at the bottom of the climbing rope when we came up here. So we have more still.
It's dusk, so night can't be far behind.
Really? I am kind of sad we haven't seen an aurora yet, but it might just be because we've slept through one. I heard what sounded like the aurora tune, the one that plays in particular, the one that likes to play when the aurora are going. not too long ago. I heard that. You know, it just occurred to me. Hang on. Let me harvest that. And I've got these worn wool mittens. Let me revisit the subject of wool mittens. Let's repair these. I need to drink really quickly. Made myself sound like an alcoholic just now. I need to drink. Yeah, let's just drink that. I'm going to need to get more water out of this fire. Yeah, we're not likely to get very encumbered again as we leave here, so yeah, let's go ahead and melt 1 gallon. We're a little tired, but we're going to start being less and less encumbered as we get to the end of this episode and begin the next one. Alright, so we've got that water. How am I doing food-wise? 778 calories? Yeah, let's eat another MRE. So that's going to put us... That MRE still is going to have a few calories left on it, 25 to be exact. Very close. Let's go ahead and drink. It's good to get rid of the MREs too, because they're... I mean, we've gone through a bunch of them. They have kept us alive up here for sure. Let's go ahead and sleep for 10 hours straight. Wait. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm going to pick everything up here again, because again, a lot of this is about to go in the fire. Yeah, that's a lot of wood. That's a lot of wood. Okay. We also still have to cook a lot, because I've got a bunch of coffee and tea. So that's the last thing I need to do before I leave. But should I go ahead and sleep? Yeah, I'll go ahead and sleep. Now let's sleep for 10 hours straight. And see what the game tells me when I wake up. It might give me the exact time. Doesn't always do that when you wake up, but... 81 days, 1 hour, 18 minutes. Not bad. Now, of course, I've had my bedroll on the ground the whole time, too, so before I leave, I'll have to pick that back up.
Okay, getting a bit thirsty.
Getting thirsty, huh? I can deal with that. Hang on. We're going to need lots of water to make all that tea anyway, so... Okay, let's finish going through clothing. I do need to take a look at the wool mitt situation, because I'm kind of curious about that. Because, I mean, they're not going to be as good as the gauntlets, but... they're a lot lighter than the gauntlets. Yeah, they're not nearly as good. No, it's not worth it. Harvest. Sorry, wool mittens. Bye. If I really want wool mittens again, I'll go back to that pair that I left in the dam. That's what I'll do. Alright, let's go ahead and repair this expedition parka and toy with the idea of wearing 2 of them. Because it's the best item in the game in terms of upper body clothing. This might be our last repair on this sewing kit. Yeah, we got 2 parkas on. All right, this is definitely our last repair on this sewing kit, so we can get rid of that. It's not going to help us a whole bunch, but now we've got our fishing tackle that we can use. All right, there's that. All right, and we've pretty much repaired everything that we have as much as I would like to repair it right now. If we get caught in another blizzard, that might change, but... let's have a look here. Oh, you know what? I've got a bunch of sticks on me. Let's pile those on too, because those do add up. Absolutely. You know what was probably in that last container? Medical supplies. Because I didn't find one that had a ton of medical supplies, and I'll bet you that's what was in the last one. So we might find one on the mountain somewhere that still has medical supplies, but I'll bet you that's what was in the one that broke. I will bet money. Okay, well, we're still pretty encumbered. What was I going to drop that was going to help me with that? It's mainly the mountaineering rope that's encumbering us. Oh yeah, the extra flare pistol, I can put that away, definitely. The cured rabbit pelts, I don't need. The cured deer hide I could potentially use, so I'll try and keep that on me if I can manage it. Yeah, the second expedition parka is going to be a risky proposition, I think. Because I just don't see how I'm getting off this mountain with it. Okay. 11 hours, 5 minutes. I will go ahead, I'm going to start cooking this stuff, but while I do it, I will go ahead and stop this episode here. In the next one, we are going to finish cooking through this tea and coffee, and then I think we're pretty much going to be done. And I really mean that, because there's nothing else to do. I mean, we will have done everything we can with this fire, and it's just a matter of, you know, maximizing the cooking skill we get out of this stuff while we're here, and this kind of safe spot, and then getting the heck back down in the coming episodes. So spent more time up here than I thought I would, but lots of fun and hopefully discussion in the comments in the meantime. And in the next one, we are very likely to head down to toward the base of the mountain again and pick up some of the stuff that we left behind. I probably have some cured guts waiting for me in that cave so I can finish repairing my boots at long last. So clothing-wise, we'll be in really good shape. I'll have to make a final decision probably before I go down the first rope even about whether or not I want to take the expedition parka that I'm wearing with me, because I'm wearing 2 of them. So I don't know if I want to be that greedy for the rest of the game or not. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.